Hi everyone, my name is Ann. Welcome to Art on the Creek. We're in my home studio in Parker, Colorado, and it is high time that we resume the great colored pencil comparison. So I have a 12 pack of the Faber Castell Polychromos. We literally just got home from a vacation last night, and those are still upstairs. Haven't unpacked them yet, but I love them enough that I went ahead and got the full set. So I'm going to show you why these are probably really high up on the list for perhaps my absolute favorite colored pencil. Are you ready? Let's get these opened up. If you've been watching, I have been going through a lot of different brands of colored pencils trying to find my favorite. I have used Prismacolor for years and years, and I just finally got so tired of them because they really started breaking and I was getting a lot of crumbs. I don't know if it's about how they changed the formulation. I just decided, there are so many other brands out there. Why don't I try several and let's see. So at the end of this video, you'll see a link to the playlist of the brands that I've tried so far. I'm really excited about these. I mean, these so far are really the perfect marriage of everything that I like about Prismacolors and some things that I like about the Caran d'Ache Luminance too. So, I don't know. I don't think that there is going to be one that is my absolute favorite, but boy, these are lovely, you guys. If you haven't tried them yet, this one was shipped to me, and unfortunately, it bent. It got dented in the shipping, but that's okay. I can straighten that out later. I can work on that. But normally, you will see them packaged in this really nice tin that has a hinged lid and back. And this is the set of 120. There's the hinge. And on the back of the package, you can see there's some information here about the pencils. I'm not a colored pencil artist. I do love using colored pencils for adding on top of watercolor. I normally don't have the patience for colored pencil artwork, but never say never. I'm really kind of getting into it, and I like their portability. This here says they're acid-free pigments, bright colors, unsurpassed light fastness, soft, vibrant color laydown, water-resistant, and smudge-proof. That's a huge, huge plus for me. Thick 3.8 millimeter lead. I like that also. High break resistance due to the secural bonding process. I guess that's probably a trademark process that they have. So let's open them up and let's see what it all contains. Yeah, I'm really excited about these. And I can show you some of the artwork that I've done with the set of 12. So when you get your Polychromos, if that's what you decide to do, you will see flyers on the inside. Any Faber Castell product that you get comes with this really great information. And it explains different methods, different ways of how to use the pencils, which is very nice, very helpful. And like I said, I'm not going to do a tutorial here today. I'm just going to kind of swatch a few of them out and show you why I like them so much. We can do some swatches on black paper perhaps, but I don't have that down here either, I don't think. No, I don't. Okay, we'll get some black paper and do a new one because I am comparing all of the whites on black paper also. And I think that this one, Prismacolor white, is still really the best. This one is pretty good. I'm going to interrupt myself here and show you how I took it. I did not even get to use these with me on my my vacation, but this is a little teaser as to what's coming up next, so I'll set that aside. But here's the set of 12 that I was telling you about. It does come with the flyer, and you can see I have used them. They are fabulous. They don't get worn down. They don't break in the pencil sharpener. I've used an electric pencil sharpener. They work really, really well. I've also got a hand pencil sharpener in here that works really well with them. I just wanted to show you though here the white because I am comparing all of the whites on these. This is the Faber Castell Polychromos. And this first box here is light pressure, and the second box is hard pressure. So I'm going to do a little freeze here, and I will insert a black and white photo so that you guys can kind of see which one is the brightest. I think it's still the Prismacolor here, but I will put a still photo up here briefly so that you guys can think about that and see which one you like best for white. And let me know in the comments, what is your favorite white colored pencil to use? So coming up here, you're going to see a few seconds of the Noir filter from my iPhone that I just took a picture of this black paper here. Now, honestly, you might want to do a freeze frame and see if you can compare for yourself, but you can kind of see the polycolor. The Lero Rembrandt polycolor is really not all that opaque, but that Prismacolor Premier is really nice. Some of the others that stand out are the Derwent ChromaFlow, the Holbein, and this Faber Castell Polychromos. So let me know in the comments, what is your favorite white colored pencil for opacity? One thing I didn't mention yet in this little demonstration here, and I don't think I ever do mention it, so I might as well tell you now. These are considered an oil-based pencil, which means, from what I understand, that they are the content mix is more oil than it is wax. They're very, very soft. They're not a dry colored pencil at all. They're just lovely to use. They really do feel like butter to color with. They're just amazing. So let me know in the comments what you like for your opaque white, and let's resume the very, very brief introduction to the Polychromos. Very good, in fact, but it's just, it doesn't quite, I think the most opaque white that I have seen in all of my comparison has been the Prismacolor. So these trays, if I can get in here, oh, I'm just being clumsy here. There's elastic grips on the side. It's a plastic tray, and you just lift them right out. There's 1, 2, there should be 3 in here. I'm having a hard time grabbing that today. There we go. And 3. So you do have 3 bronzes in here, or well, 3, what do you call these, iridescent, shiny, mica, whatever. There's a bronze, a gold, and a silver. And plenty of great ranges for skin tones, for animals, lots of browns. If you're into botanicals, you have a lot of bright, vibrant greens to choose from, lots of landscape colors in here, beautiful floral tones. So there's really, you could do just about anything with this set. Now let's just pick up one of these pencils at random, and I will show you how lovely they are. Really nice feel to them. This is the color number here, 276, 3 stars of light fastness on this particular one. It is chrome oxide green fiery is what they call it. And the barcode on the back, these are available open stock. So in case you wanted to buy one individually when you run out, you don't have to buy a whole set, again, which is really nice. They are Polychromos, made in Germany and by Faber Castell. The end cap is sealed, but it does match the color that you're dealing with. So all of these, I'm not going to swatch out all of them because that's not what I'm here for, but I do want to show you some of the artwork that I've done, and we'll do a little bit. Now, the artwork that I've done is really just kind of just playing around kind of stuff. This book here is not really designed for colored pencil, but it's a mixed media book, and I've had a lot of fun using it. Let me see if I can find something here. Yeah, this piece here. Now, this is where I just did some layers with some apples, and I was going to blend this with you guys here today to see how it blends. What I did was I went in with an ink brush first and kind of drew this apple branch, and then we can kind of see how it blends. I wanted to try using colored pencil blender, and let's go get that, and then we'll kind of blend this and see how it goes. I do like that there really is no smudging. You can kind of see very little, I should say, very little smudging there. It does smudge just a tiny bit around the edge, but if that ever happens to you, you can definitely, with a kneaded eraser, I should have kneaded this beforehand, get in here and clean that up. There you go, all clean. So I'm very, very pleased with how clean the artwork stays. I didn't use glassine on this. I didn't take the time to do that. But let me get the colored pencil blender, and we'll play with that a little bit. I've got some odorless mineral spirits that we can use, and I also have oh, I forget what it's called. It's a pen. Let me go grab that. Got a couple of ways to blend this here. I do have this Utrecht no odor nude. That's where that comes from, no odor artist paint thinner, which I use sometimes to blend colored pencils with. And I just keep it, you've probably seen a lot of artists do this. I keep it in a little container. This is one of those travel containers. And I just have a little paper towel in there that I will put, maybe I should get a clean paper towel. Well, it's still got some life into it. I'll put just a little bit in there because you really don't need that much. Just, that's plenty. And then you can see it down in there. It's just fine for use that way. And I also have this Caran d'Ache. I believe this is a Caran d'Ache product, full blender, either Caran d'Ache or Prismacolor. This is a burnisher, like a colored pencil blender pencil. And then I also have this as a Finesse colored pencil blender pen. Like I said, I'm not a colored pencil artist, so I don't know which is better, which is preferred. I would be willing to bet that it is whichever one you would like to use. But let's try this bold tip. Let's just try on this leaf down here. And let's just see how these blend. Now, I don't have an awful lot of layers on here. But let me zoom in really, really, really close here because this is blending very beautifully. I'm not seeing pigment lines left behind for the most part. Really a beautiful blend there. You still have some textural lines, but not a lot, which I like. And honestly, sometimes I do prefer to not blend it and just let the natural texture of the colored pencil and the paper show through. So let's do another one here. And the ink pen that I used for these drawings is a brush ink pen by Pentel. And I was just kind of playing around. Now these were all done, these drawings in this book were all done with the set of 12. So you have a very limited palette. And we can go in and make some of these a little bit darker now after we've blended them out. Let's see what it's like. Let me clean this off here. I've got a paper towel. I'll clean this pen off. You can also use one of those, an alcohol marker with the color 0, the blender marker. That will work also on colored pencil. But let's try this, this apple underneath here. Let's try it. I'm just going in a circular motion to start here just to kind of see how things work. And very, very pleasant. I'm going to, excuse me, wipe that off a little bit and push some of that green back up in there. There we go. As far as blending goes, they're very, very easy to blend. I really love everything about these pencils. There's not one thing in here that I don't enjoy. They are easy to blend. They don't smell funny. They're lovely to work with. The color laydown is fabulous. And again, this in the set of 12, you kind of pretty much have a primary palette, so that's really what you're seeing here. See how nice that is? You have a red and a purple and basically the colors of the rainbow with a purple, couple of blues, I think. Yes, this is really, really great. So I'm liking how that blends. Let's try this, the burnishing pencil here. Let's see what that does. And this is something I may not have enough layers on. I kind of don't really understand these burnishing pencils. I mean, I get it. I know what you're doing. But they're not as favorable to me. And honestly, it could just be that it's a little harder for me to do because I do have some pretty significant arthritis in my hands. And this is not the most comfortable thing in the world to do. But it's working. I mean, you know, it's going to be a little different look. And I'm about losing my patience with it. Yeah. Let me know in the comments. How do you like to blend your colored pencil? Or do you prefer to let the texture of the paper show through? Or do you prefer to have a really really smooth blend. I suppose it would depend on, whoops, look at that. I suppose it would depend on whatever artwork you're working on, how smooth you wanted it. Now I do have the pencil extenders. I might have to get one for this. But I want to finish this little guy here. See how it looks when we're done. It's okay. I think if I were going to be one to blend, I prefer this blend better. But the vibrancy on this is pretty amazing. Let me brush off those crumbs. You do get a little bit of crumbs there in the binding of the book. You can see that. Sorry, I know I'm zoomed in really close here, but I want you to see the detail of the different blends. Now let's try odorless mineral spirits. Now I'm going to use a brush for this that is not too precious. I've got these brushes by Mead, and I actually like them. They're pretty nice, but they're a good nylon filament to use. So all I'm doing is I'm just going to tap the brush down into the mineral spirits. And you can see, I hope you can see anyway, it's kind of saturated. And now we'll start at the lightest area. Now what I like about this, as opposed to the blender pen, is even this blend is a little more subtle. So, and I'm not putting as much pressure. I don't know that it's possible to put a lot of pressure with this. I'm just really just kind of agitating the surface of this pigment. And I think it's a pretty nice blend. I think probably 90% of what I'm experiencing here when I'm blending this is driven by how comfortable it is for my hands. And this would be my last choice. I do like the vibrancy of the color, but as a process, very difficult for me. But this is nice. This is very gentle, very easy to do. And no odor. So that's really nice as well. I'll get all of this a little bit in here. So there's the 3 apples and 3 different ways of blending. I think that this is really just going to be a winner. These blend so beautifully. Let's do a little more work on one of these leaves so that you can kind of see how the colors lay down. And in fact, actually, you know what? I'm going to add another leaf. Do I have, I think I used a gray pen with that one, and I don't really have the gray. So this is going to be, unless this is the gray, I think it's black. I'm just going to add another leaf here just for grins. There we go. And let me get that dry so that we don't worry about smudging anything. And let's go ahead and lay some colors down. Now, because I've got the full set now, I'm going to use a little bit of a different color selection for this particular leaf. Let's see, that we're going to start with this blue back in the shadow here. I've got this. This one is a Prussian blue. That's always a good one for shadow. So let me start by putting some of that down here. And I'm just doing kind of a little circular strokes, little ovals. And the one thing when you're using colored pencil too that I have picked up is that you always want to keep turning the pencil so that you still have that sharp side so that you can get the detail. Let's see, where else do I want to have some shadow? Probably down here. Okay, there's the Prussian blue. And now let's try one of these darker greens. I think I like this one. This is the, what is this one called? Oh, chrome oxide green. I do like chrome oxide green. It's funny, when I'm working with colored pencil, I notice that a lot of the colors I pick up to use are, for the most part, colors that I tend to gravitate toward in watercolor. So that's kind of fun that you can, the colors really do translate across all the pigments, of course. I guess for me, a lot of creating art is really just to draw what I love and whatever makes me happy. And chrome oxide green and Prussian blue make me happy. going to put some of this in here, I think, as well as some of the Prussian blue. Get some of this up here too. I think we need just a little bit more shading on this section of the apple. And I'm kind of curious to see what happens when we go over the part we've already blended. Let's see here. We want to add, I like this bright spring green. This color is not in the set of 12. None of these are. This is a cadmium yellow lemon. Oh, no, the yellow that's in there I think is a Hansa yellow. But this is very nice. And another way that you can blend colored pencil, of course, is with another colored pencil. You can use a lighter color and just get them all to blend together. But again, with that pressure, I'm just not a fan. I much prefer to have them, to have them blend together on their own with a blending solution, rather. All right, let's see if I can find the red that was in the set of 12. Probably it was, which one is this? This is the scarlet red. I'm gonna just maybe think this was it. We'll go in there a little bit, get some darkness in this leaf. And I'm going to go over that Prussian blue also. See, and I know it largely depends on the paper too, but this paper could take a few more layers while you're blending away. There was a purple in there, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Let's see here. Oh, let's go ahead and add a purple though. This is a mauve. I'll put that up here because why not? How many of you have been out apple picking? We have our apple orchards in Colorado are primarily on the western slope. So that is on the other side of the mountains. I'm on the Front Range side, and it's a lot of fun to do, of course. It's very fun. But I just have not had time to do that this year. And actually the best time I had apple picking was with some friends. We were in Boston, and we went around some there. This is a green gold, around to some of the orchards around there. And it was really just lovely. All right, let's just kind of wrap this up a little bit. I think I'm going to use this Finesse Color Pencil Blender again. And let's start here with that green gold that I just put on. And we'll migrate it up into the mauve that I added. Mauve, however you want to say it. I like that you have a bit of an ability to really kind of just delicately push. Oh, and this pencil has a fine point too, a little bullet point. So if you really want to get in there and blend more detail, you can. But I want to just take it around this way and kind of work these together. I think it's funny, the odorless mineral spirits, they seem to not blend as thoroughly. So I think if you're maybe doing more layering, and those of you who are colored pencil artists out there, let me know how and when you use these blenders. Do you like these Finesse colored pencil blenders? You know, I just get a hold of these things and give them a try. And, don't really know which one is preferred or why. But yeah, this pencil is really kind of fun to use, this little pen here. I can see where it would be a little bit of a challenge getting it to look exactly the way you want it, though. I think it would probably be good to blend it and then come back and put another layer of colored pencil over it. So let's see, for instance, clean this up. And it kind of seems to matter what direction you blend in. Now I know I have not put a whole lot of layers on here at all, but you know, as far as if you just are just looking for something to have fun with in an adult coloring book, you know, these pencils, they lay down like a dream. It really is amazing. I'll go in and show you a little bit more with their layering capabilities here. But yeah, that is 1,000 ways of fun. I'm just super, super happy with these colored pencils. And you know what? I wonder if after I've burnished it, let's just go in here with some of this odorless mineral spirits. And let's see what that does. All right, let me zoom in so you guys can see, because I'm detecting a small difference. But maybe that's my imagination. I don't really know. I just have so much fun experimenting with these supplies. Now see, that to me kind of smoothed it out a little bit more. Got little parts where I wasn't quite strong enough to maybe have the pressure that I needed. My hands have betrayed me many, many times. And yeah, getting old is just not my favorite. And what I'm really hoping, I mean, I'm embracing it, though. I love a lot of things about getting older. I love my grandchildren. I love the fact that my life is my own now. I don't have to clock in anywhere. It's great to be retired. But some of the sacrifices, you lose some hand strength. Got a lot of grindy knuckles and grindy joints. But, you know, art is still an option for me. And that makes me very, very happy. I think in that set of 12, there was only one brown in the set of 12. Maybe two. Maybe there was this, yeah, there's two. I'm sorry, I'm seeing this correctly now. This is a darker brown and a lighter brown in the stem here. So, okay, I'm just getting carried away blending here. Let's go to another page. I have another type of drawing that I wanted to show you. Let me just give this a quick dry so that I don't smudge anything over here. You know, I think for finished look, I might like the odorless mineral spirits better, because I'm seeing now where I went in with that finesse pen. This is a little bit, you can really see the texture from the brush. So this might be a little bit easier to control. In fact, yes, I think it is. I might prefer this method of blending. I don't know. Lots of pages to fill, lots of time to test. This apple over here sure is crooked. I had to kind of fit it in on the page. But yeah, I really enjoy these. Now let's see here. We'll go over to this drawing that I did of a little bunny sleeping on a piece of lettuce. And let's kind of play with blending this one out. Let's see what this one is like. Oops. Ah. Okay, don't pour it like I just did. That was a silly mistake. I have a puddle of odorless mineral spirits over here now. Okay, I wasn't thinking. Let's see here. We want this. Now, when you're blending something like this, especially white, I'm going to start here at the lightest point. This is just a little bit. I may not have enough on here to even blend. Yeah, I don't think I do. So this is some pink in his or her. Yeah, this one. Okay, that one I don't have enough on there to even blend. So let's take that back and let's go here with the lettuce leaf and let's see how we can blend this out. In this blend, I've used a purple, a green, and a pink. Excuse me. Yeah, there's some red in here. No, that's the purple. And this is all blending out very, very well. I can see where I probably need to have a bit more pigment on there to really get a really nice blend. But yes, it's a good idea, I think anyway, to blend it kind of midway through, just to kind of see where you want to put more colored pencil. So let's take a look at our little bun here. And let's try and add some more. It's a good lettuce color, this one. This is Permanent Green Olive. I'm just going to kind of go in here and do a little bit more. Intensify the green a little bit. On the one end. And then let's add in some of this yellow here on the lighter side. Get those folds to stand out a little bit more. And we can come back in with, honestly, I think it was like this color. What is this one? Magenta. Come back in with some of this magenta here. Yeah, that definitely was the color I used before. This is just, it's laying down so beautifully and smoothly, and it's not leaving crumbs behind. It's just delightful to use. It really is. And I really like how delicately the color can go down, or it can go down a little bit more vibrantly. Just really a lovely, lovely product. I'm very, very pleased with these pencils. Let's try something over here on this side, just with kind of a little color blend, just so that you can kind of see a little rainbow. I will start with the, we have the Scarlet Red. And we're just going to go lightly here to start. And again, the paper that I'm using is a Fabriano. It's kind of a mixed media paper. We'll go back and forth about 4 times here. And then we'll use that, this is the Cadmium Lemon Yellow. We'll use that one. You know what? That's a cool yellow. Hang on. We'll go back and use Cadmium Yellow. We'll use this one. I want to show you how well the colors layer here. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more so you can see how richly this pigment goes down. And this paper does have quite a bit of tooth to it, but it is just lovely. I'm not getting any crumbs. I may be putting medium pressure, I guess, for this. Not necessarily a light pressure, but not really hard. And then for a blue, let's use, I think I'll go with this one anyway. This is the Indanthrone Blue. I'll mix that up here. I hope you can see how wonderfully these pigments lay down. They just get richer and darker with every swipe. And now let's do some blending here. I'm going to take the yellow and go halfway into the red. And also over the blue. I'll come back with the blue here and just do a light pass over that yellow mix. You see we'll have a nice green come up, and same with the red Over the yellow we'll have a nice orange. And now let's extend that blue out a little bit. We'll keep going because we want to mix a little purple too. This is going to be a very warm purple, but you can kind of see it would be really good for shadows and things like that. Oop. All right, now let's get into our odorless mineral spirits so you can see the blend. You can really see it just here as it's been done. But let's go ahead and blend those the parts where the colors overlap so that you can really see the lovely pigment and how wonderfully this blends out. See that beautiful orange that's coming up there? Just beautiful. And let's see, let's go ahead and do a green. This is one of the reasons I love colored pencil, you guys. So fun to mix and play with these colors. It's just such a lovely earthy green that comes up there. And these pigments stay true. They're not smeary. Everything is really looking quite nice. And this turned out to be a beautiful purple. Lovely shadow tone here. So I think I'm in heaven. I think that this set of Polychromos is really going to be a lot of fun for me to continue to play with. I can finish my bunny drawing here and really enjoy filling out some of the ink drawings that I have in this sketchbook. So I know that this was short and sweet, you guys, but we can do, if you want to do a swatching video where I swatch out all of them, that's fine. Let me know in the comments if that's something that interests you. I'm just going to continue to have fun and play with these. And thanks for joining me today for this fun little adventure of our Polychromos. Here we did the apples, and I think we really like the blending with the odorless mineral spirits. And our little bunny, I can add some more to him and continue to blend. Thanks so much, you guys. I hope everyone's having a really spectacular day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.